Hello, my name is Gareth Jones and I work at Evershed, which is a law firm in Cardiff. I qualified in September of 2012. I first became interested in languages in school. They were always something I really loved. I did French and German to GCSE level, and then I carried on to Swansea College where I did the International Baccalaureate, and again languages were a feature there. I carried on with the French at what is known as higher level, so it's A-level equivalent depth, and also did German at standard level. I was then fortunate enough to get into Oxford University, where I went to St Anne's College to do French and Italian from scratch. It was absolutely superb experience at university. I had a year abroad in which I spent 6 months in Venice, where I studied at the Ca' Foscari University there, and also worked as a bar, generally lived the student life. And also in France, I worked as a waiter in a high quality lakeside hotel in a place called Aix-les-Bains at the foot of the Alps in France. So these were both really great opportunities for improving my languages, because I think it's actually just by going to the country involved that you really make some progress and see how the language is used on a day-to-day basis. And it was from there then actually that I went on to do a scheme called Teach First, which involved me teaching secondary school children at a school in Manchester. And I was fortunate enough to teach not only French but also Italian there, so that was a really good experience to sort of transfer the knowledge to other people, and also a subject matter that I was really passionate about. Teach First was only a 2-year scheme. It wasn't something I wanted to do for life, but it was a great experience. But it was during the Teach First scheme that I applied to come here to Evershed and did some work experience and also a vacation scheme placement, and was offered a training contract which I started in September of 2010. And one part of the training contract, which was a really varied experience, which I very much enjoyed, was that I went to Paris and worked in our office there for 6 months in the corporate team. So that was my first real experience of using business level French on a day-to-day basis. So that was a really steep learning curve, particularly, as you can imagine, the first month or two. But after that, I started to internalise some of these quite unusual terms, which I hadn't actually come across in English. So that was a really good experience. And even now, I've qualified into the real estate team here at Evershed, and I get colleagues sometimes coming to me to show me documents. For example, I was shown a French prenup agreement the other day, and was asked what it was. So although I'm not using languages on a day-to-day basis now, it can arise at any time. You never know when that will be. And so I think as such it's a really valuable skill to have in the workplace.